Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family and wonderful people. I would like to talk with you guys today about my experience with Latino traditions. We have a couple Latinos in the room, so you guys can actually know. Nico, you don't consider yourself a Latino?
It's hard to explain.
Okay, all right. Well, I just wanted to say that my experience with Latino traditions comes partially from my family. I also grew up in Puerto Rico. Or I shouldn't say I grew up in Puerto Rico. I lived there for 2 years during high school. And then I've also traveled all around Central and South America. So I've had a little bit, I know a little bit. And it is important that when one is introducing themselves within Latino cultures, that they keep some of these useful tips in mind. So I'm going to base my speech mostly around presentation and the first introductions. The first introduction, especially when you're meeting someone for the first time, is a formal handshake. And do not expect, whether it be a business meeting or or even a formal activity, that you will get to it right away. Because a lot of Latino culture actually comes from banter and politeness. It's all about being polite and being able to really express yourself. So feel free to take some time, talk about some things first, really feel each other out, become really comfortable with each other before getting into politics or talking shop. One of the really big aspects of the introduction is personal interfacing. In my experience, it is much preferable for to speak with someone if you're negotiating, especially for it to be face-to-face, and then comes over the phone, and lastly comes email or text messages. The reason being is that you can have a lot more intonation, a lot more can be expressed through body language and voice when doing a personal interface, and then as you go down the line, there's actually a lot less. When you're speaking over the phone, then it's just voice and intonation, and then when it's text messaging, you don't get, any of that, and it's just text. I actually had, I found a few things from a couple sources, and one of the things, this was actually a study that was done by the CDC, and for those who don't know what the CDC is, they are the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, I'm not saying that Latinos have lots of diseases, I'm not saying that, I'm one myself, but that they did a study on trying to introduce healthcare into communities. And one of the things that they found, and this is a quote, Hispanic social norms emphasize the importance of communication, nonverbal and verbal, in interpersonal relationships. This is of the highest degree of importance when interfacing with these people. It is often considered that when interfacing or when doing business communications, that people are usually actually quite friendly in their first encounter. Their first encounter is all about, it's a lot of nonverbal communication, but it depends on where you are in Latin America. From my experience in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, eye contact is actually welcomed, but I know that in other places, eye contact can actually be seen as intimidation or a challenge. So it depends on where you are in Latin America. There are a couple other aspects, and one is doing usted versus tú. Usted is considered to be a more formal way of addressing the you. Tú is often used as familial or friend, And I actually have quite a bit more, but seeing as I'm running out of time, I hope that you guys enjoyed my presentation, and thank you.